There we go. I'm recording as of now. As of now, I'm recording. Um,
Let me rewind what I said. No, just kidding.
okay. All right, religion. I'll roll. I'll roll this one. Let's see what religion is in the Forge. 6. Damn, I keep rolling
Ooh.
super low. Our gods failed us. We left them behind.
Oh, there we go.
The Exodus was a tipping point. The gods offered no help to the billions who died in the cataclysm, and the spirituality has little meaning in the Forge. Most now see religion as a useless relic of our past, but the search for meaning continues, and many are all too willingly to follow a charismatic leader who claims to offer a better way. Oh,
Wow.
this has the oh
Snowpiercer.
no, what's that movie with Denzel where he's like carrying the Bible around?
Oh,
Um,
yeah, I
The
know which
Book
one you're
of
talking about.
Job.
the book of yeah, you know how they had the
Yeah.
one guy that and he wanted the Bible because he figured if he had some type of religion, he can control the people. That's what
Mhm.
he wanted to use Jesus
No,
to
I
control.
I would say like for instance, the captain of each of the Exodus ships would basically start to be their savior
Yeah,
because he's the one guiding them and keeping them safe through this entire journey. So maybe they just turn to him.
yeah,
I don't know.
and I see people like losing faith in God. You know, if their whole if billions died and
Hmm.
there wasn't no rapture, they're still
Yeah,
in what they consider hell. I could see.
if you get into that or
Yeah,
any of the other earthly religions that we have.
right. Okay. Well,
Scientology took over.
yeah. I mean, I still think what this means to me is though some people probably don't believe in. There's more people tend to not believe in gods, but I'm sure
Yeah.
there are very few that we might find a settlement that's still religious to something they worship. But
You know what's actually really funny is that there's a lot of people that don't believe in God, but a lot of the beliefs that they follow are biblical
religious.
beliefs.
Yes, I know. That is true. That's true. All
Yeah,
right.
we're married, but I don't believe in God. Well, what? I don't get it.
Yes, my commitment is to my wife, not to
Yeah,
any other power. Um, all right, Stephen, go ahead and roll magic. Let's see if there's magic in the forge.
roll high, roll high.
Oh boy,
92.
he rolled high.
There we go.
I guess there is. All right, what does that say?
And that's what I was hoping for.
There you go.
Unnatural, unnatural energies flow through the forge. Magic and science are two sides of the same coin. Soon
Oh,
after our arrival, some displayed the ability to harness the forge's energies. Today, mystics invoke the power to manipulate matter and see beyond the veils of our own universe. But this can be a disrupting force, and the most powerful mystics are respected and feared in equal measure.
cool.
Okay, cool. All right. So
The force is out there.
And
yeah,
I'm trying to think. There was in Babylon 5. There was a group of mystics that, and I'm not remembering what they were
I
called.
I don't think I've ever watched Babylon. It didn't run very many seasons, did it?
Babylon
Five
5. Oh,
season.
there's 5 seasons.
Yeah,
Oh,
five.
my dad has watched that like 3 4 times in a
No,
row.
I'm gonna have to put it back on my
He
list.
loves that show. My dad loves that show.
Oh,
It's one of my favorite science fiction shows.
Yeah, I actually I can say that the one that I actually watched from and it had a lot of seasons was God damn it, I forgot the name. It was on was it what was that channel? It's been so long now.
what's it about?
It's that living ship. Fuck.
Oh, yeah,
Farscape.
yeah.
That one
Fuck's sake.
I can say is the only sci-fi show that I watched everything. I've never
Mm.
watched every episode of Star Trek or
Just because there was a bunch of hot chicks on it, that's why.
man,
Yeah.
the yes, one of them was really hot. I definitely watched it. But 7 and 9 to me was hot. I thought 7 and 9 was hot.
Oh
And
yeah,
you never watched Star Trek?
I
No,
watched
I watched Star Trek.
Farscape.
I can't say I've watched every episode from start to finish. Is what I'm saying.
yeah.
I watched
Oh.
Farscape, but never could get into it.
I went all the way to the end, from the beginning to the end. It ended to me real crappy, unfortunately. but I did watch
Mhm.
every episode. I loved every up to the end. I loved every episode. And
I
yes,
think the only like sci-fi thing I've watched was Star Trek, pretty much.
the
Mm.
blue skin chick was the one Farscape that had me. She like, anyway. All right, so that's magic. That's cool. I like it. All right, communication and data. This one I actually am not gonna roll. I'm gonna pick it because I think information is life. The second one. We rely on spaceborne couriers to transport messages and data across the vast distances between settlements. Direct communication and transmission. Look at that, you rolled it. Good.
I told you. It had to happen.
It had to happen. I was gonna. This one I was gonna pick.
It's. I know, but I'm just telling you, it's meant
Yeah,
to be.
yeah. So, direct communication and transmission beyond the near space of a ship or outposts are impossible. Digital archives are available at larger outposts, but the information is not always up to date and reliable. And therefore, the most important communications and discoveries are carried by couriers who swear vows to see that data safely to its destination. So, yeah, I
Gonna
like.
turn it into a Kevin Costner show, right? The Postman.
Yeah, we're just space mailmen.
I was running away from somebody, and then I found this old derelict mail spaceship that I started collecting the letters, and I started delivering them to people because the mail must go on. Okay,
All right, so that's that one. All right,
medicine is 9.
all right. So the last two you guys roll for. Go ahead, Steve.
Okay. Oh, I
Or
was
you
just
roll.
gonna roll it
Like,
because I never rolled it. 39. To help offset the scarcity of medical supplies and knowledge, and the resourceful technicians we call riggers, wow, that's Shadowrun, created basic organs and limb replacements. Oh, damn.
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
Why?
We got what cyborgs.
Magic and cyborgs.
This is Shadowrun in space. Here we go. Much was lost in the Exodus. What remains of our medical technology and expertise is co-opted by the privileged and powerful. For the most advanced medical care is out of reach. When someone suffers a grievous injury, they'll often turn to a rigger for a makeshift mechanical solution. Ooh.
Yeah. So what I get out of this is like healers are very like there's very like our healing knowledge is kind of diminished. We're going more to replacements and stuff like that. And the people that do have like medical care are like wealthy people or like overlords.
They're
There's
in
like
the
maybe one healer, the shaman or whatever, and that
they're in the big ships. They're in the 5 Exoduses or whatever you call them.
Yep.
Or the fire. What are they called? Iron
homes.
Iron homes. That's right.
Yeah.
The Iron Ring. We should call it.
The Iron Ring. Okay.
The Iron Ring will be the group that the bounty hunters of the Iron Ring. Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Bounty hunters of the Iron Ring, which basically is the group that the 5 Exodus ships or whatever we want to use.
The
I'm just
the
using
five
5
clans.
because it seems fun.
Yeah, 5. Yeah, 5 or clan. Yeah. No, that's fun to me. Five clans.
But Steven had a better idea, so I'll wait.
What's that idea, Steven?
No, I like that idea.
and it's not 2 left. We still got artificial intelligence, war, life forms, precursors, and horrors.
They're both Stevens.
All right, go ahead, Steven. Go ahead and roll artificial intelligence and war.
51.
51. Vestiges of advanced machine intelligence are coveted and wielded by those in power.
Nope.
Much of our AI technology was lost in the Exodus, but what remains is under the control of powerful organizations and people, and is often wielded as a weapon or deterrent. The rest of us must make do with primitive systems.
This goes back
Toasters.
to the Iron Ring stuff.
Yeah, I
so
can
we all
see
have to deal with our old apples.
Yeah. What? It's only an Apple 11. Wow.
Well, I think
I-
we probably there's AI, but it's like basic AI, maybe even like R2D2 style whistles and
Oh,
that kind of
I was
stuff.
waiting for the iRobot vacuum.
That too. All we have access to is the robot vacuums and the blowers. That's it.
Yeah.
All right.
We don't have an Alexa. We have somebody else that we talk to because for our smart ships. Hey,
Yeah.
that'd be cool. We have really stupid AIs that run the ship.
Yeah. Yeah.
That'd be something.
All right. Steven, go ahead and roll the next one. War. I like that. Unless you want to add something to the AI stuff.
I was just thinking, like, the Iron Ring probably sends out bounty hunters. Like, they'll send out people like us, the Iron Sworn,
Mm-hmm.
to go out and get stuff from ships that have been tagged
Okay.
by their scouts, for instance, and they send us Iron Swarm out to go and scavenge stuff off of it. But what if we turn rogue, right, and we try to steal the stuff and take it for ourselves?
Yep.
And if we're stealing it for ourselves, then the bounty hunters are sent out to go and get it back because to collect on the bounties of guys that have fucked off with the riches. I don't know.
Yeah. No, I see them. I see if we're Iron Sworns and like the Iron Ring has is the one that kind of like. I guess we would be like bounty hunters, or not necessarily. I mean, we can figure that out.
I
But-
could see that
Well,
you were.
I also got
Mercenaries, basically, we're mercenaries.
and
Yeah.
that's what I got was 66 professional soldiers defend and expand the holdings of those who are able to pay. The rest of us are on our own. Mercenary guild,
There
real
you go.
power in the
Yeah.
forge.
There you go. Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna have to as we play, we're gonna be fleshing out this Iron Ring and the factions and stuff. That's gonna be cool.
Yeah, I could see how you were working for the man as a bounty hunter and stuff, and realized you weren't getting your just desserts, so you were maybe taking a bit off the top, and your character was basically getting our characters to do the dirty work for you and blackmailing us.
Yep.
I don't know.
Yep. No.
It sounded like Steven wanted to play a magic user, so
Oh. Man.
I can go rigger.
Hang on. Well, I see how I messed up the last time. This thing.
I can already see Fermion will start laughing at this one. A redneck rigger. I'm all I'm thinking of is Scooter from Borderlands.
All right. Let me
Who's Scooter? Scooter, I think it is.
copy. Paste. Go.
Okay, well, I'm curious how this is gonna play out.
It's gonna be fun, I think.
So that was Wars.
Yep, that was
Right.
Wars. I'm gonna life forms is another one I think I want to pick only because I have kind of like
Let's see.
and we're
What range were you aiming for?
I'm looking at the one that says life forms. Yeah, the second one. Many sites and planets are infested. No, it's not 10. Many sites and planets are infested by dreadful forge spawn. These apparent, right?
Aberrant.
Aberrations. Aberrations. These aberrant creatures threaten to overrun other life in the galaxy. The forge spawn are hostile creatures born of the chaotic energies of this galaxy. Hundreds of abandoned or devastated outposts and derelict ships stand as his testament to the dreadful power and cunning. Remember when
So
you
basically,
said
they're like ghosts that run.
well, I'm thinking more of like they're chaotic creatures. I'm thinking about like demons, like demons.
Okay.
And this is the reason that the cataclysm happened. The creatures that invaded our galaxy were running away from these guys.
Oh, okay.
Like you were saying.
Yeah, that's cool.
Uh, and we're dealing with, and that's one of the um, and we're kind of like mercenaries. Sometimes the bounty hunter stuff is us hunting these forge spawn.
Mm.
That
It'd be
sounds
interesting. It'd be interesting that we actually run into and maybe even help
And-
one of the
and then-
creatures
and-
that invaded our galaxy that are left over in this galaxy hiding from.
Oh yeah, that
Just
would
have
be
to come
cool.
up with names for these things.
Yeah, yep. And I think that's going to be something we'll be as we go. We'll be creating all this stuff. But and the next one is something that ties into it. I think is what I'm leaning toward. And I'll tell you-
Precursors.
Yeah, and I'm going to tell you what I'm picking.
Oh, what are you picking? Go ahead, Steven. Roll. See if it's
just
like what he
roll,
was picking.
roll, and I'll tell you what I'm thinking. And then if you guys like another one, we can do that one.
No, that's fine.
40.
40. Oh yeah,
40.
that's middle section.
Ascending the advanced once ruled the faults of. Is this the one I'm thinking about? Is it the cursors?
This is the one you're thinking about. No, I'm just kidding.
No, this is actually not the one I was thinking about. The biochemical life forms that invaded our galaxy are the remnants, which is the 68 through 100. Engineered by
34.
civilizations as weapons in a
Okay, so that's a
cataclysmic
big one.
war. Yeah. Survived
Okay.
the death of their creators.
Bio.
Biomechanical life forms.
Yeah.
But the second one's pretty cool too.
So the biomechanical life forms were the remnants engineered by the civilizations as weapons in the Cataclysm War.
Survived the death of their creators. But I'm thinking the remnants and the creators, some of these remnants that are still here in this galaxy are actually what spilled in our galaxy, and they're the people that made them with them. They were using them as the weapons, and that's how we got we went to Exodus when they started invading our galaxy because they were running away from the Forge spawn. Just an idea.
Yeah. No, there's a TV show that has those biomechanical.
But then the remnants, some of their soldier remnants, are still here guarding ancient secrets, tombs and stuff that we might.
I could see that almost like an. I'm thinking almost like they're very close. They're the closest to humans. They're still mechanical and everything else, like on the insides, but it's almost like Terminator sort of thing. Like their skin and everything else looks normal, but they're mechanical on the inside. But their AI is really, really advanced.
Okay. Yep.
And they were basically designed to protect, or that'd be kind of well. I'm shutting up now. Someone else can come up with ideas.
No, I like that.
Actually, that's what I was thinking too. That they were Terminators.
Oh yeah, sure. You just say that.
All right. Horrors. This is all you, Steven. You tell me what we're going with. Horrors.
Horrors. Uh-oh, 7.
Put enough alcohol in a spacer, and they'll tell you stories of ghost ships.
Never mind. Bullshit. No, we're not going with that. There's no ghosts and there's no undead. We need undead, don't you guys think? Or
I think so.
Or undead don't exist. It's bullshit.
I actually had an idea. Is that the
I like
creatures-
the third one.
Strange energies of the Forge give unnatural life to the dead. The Soulbinders are an organization sworn to confront these horrific entities. It's like a religious group, I guess. Or like I don't know, paladins. The Walking Dead are plagued with the Forge. Some of these, I like that one too. What do you think?
Or what do you call it? Like exorcists.
Yeah, like the tech priest or something. The only
Yeah,
one, the
something
one.
like
Yeah,
that.
what is like
Yeah.
in Warhammer?
Yes, yes. Oh, we can bring some Warhammer lore in here. Shit.
Yeah. Well, I
Uh,
was thinking that the enemies, like, are the enemies that we first encountered and why we ran away from our galaxy,
mm,
they actually, I don't know, use parts of our brain, like the gray matter is what they harvest out of our brains,
mhm.
and they can then use part of that gray matter to reprogram our bodies to make us into zombies for them.
Oh wow, yeah. Oh wow, yes. That's why we had to leave because we were being
Yeah, they were
overrun by our
basically,
own.
yeah, they would take our bodies off of the battlefield and they would harvest the brains out of us, but then would reanimate it with parts of the gray matter and say nanotechnology or something
Yeah.
or magic, and basically then turn our dead bodies against us.
Wow.
So
Yeah. Yeah. It's kind of like that movie with the blue light. What the fuck? They were where they were taking the human brains and putting them into the biomechanical machines.
never seen it.
Oh yes, I just saw it the other. They actually made a second or third. They actually made two more movies.
No,
God.
I'm just spitting out ideas. So
Yeah. Yeah. No, I like that. Yeah. 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 Yep. I
because
like
that's
it.
what scared us is because like now we're actually fighting against the guys that we went into battle with.
Hmm.
So now you're shooting your brother because now he's turned against you, and it's a real mental fuck for us.
I like that. Yeah. Okay. I like that. Okay. Cool. All right. So that's our
I mean,
world, and we can keep adding to this as we discover more and more about our galaxy. We can keep adding to this document,
mhm.
especially when we find out about like the powers and stuff like that. That would be under communities. We can come up with a political the political system as we come up flesh it out how everything
Yep.
works. Cool. All right. So that is
I guess
our
maybe that's
troops.
what that kind of works out because like they are actually working like the enemy that came to our galaxy were looking for human hosts to basically forge their army,
Hmm.
and they were looking for new soldiers to go up and fight against. So they were harvesting soldiers, harvesting our bodies as soldiers for their armies, and they were coming back to the galaxy that we escaped to.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yes. Yes. I do know what you.
So we just have to come up with a title for these guys because
Yeah,
these guys met those guys,
yeah,
and
yeah.
those guys
No, no,
did
no. We
this to
have
those.
we definitely need to flesh out the factions and stuff. And I think as we
Yeah.
play and we find places, we set up locations and stuff.
You
We're
played this before. I'm just kind of getting ahead of myself, I'm sure.
no, no, no. That's the way. No, what you're saying is exactly how you play this game. So that's cool.
Okay.
All right, cool. So now we have our basic world stuff. Um, so let's the second step in the beginner says to create your character. Now we can create our character first, or we can talk about building our first or the area
I
that
think
we're.
it's better if we build the area that we're going into because then we can make characters that best fit that area.
Cool. All right, I like that. All right, so we'll do that. Let me.
I don't know if that's cheating or not, but
No, no, no. I think the world
we're
building.
going on a mission, and it's going
Build.
to involve water. So I think we're going to take some water genasi with us and a couple turtles, and yeah, we're good to go.
All right. So let me. Cool. Let me.
Not metagaming at all.
Nope. Not at all. All right. So we're gonna create a sector. So let me first come up with a different like the map. What do you guys see in the background? Do you guys see like the map with like names?
Oh, we see nothing. A black void with Stefan running all
That's what
over
I
the
see.
screen.
A black void.
Okay, cool.
I don't even see myself running all over the screen.
No, you don't. You just see your mouse. Like mine's doing circles in the middle of the screen right
Cool.
now. So you probably see Homie 99 going around in a circle.
Yes.
Steven? Yeah. Okay. So that's what it is.
Yes, I do.
He's keeping tabs on us. So if he sees us keep moving the same motions, like we're dragging solitaire cards back and forth like this, he'll know that we're playing solitaire and not.
All right. So what we're gonna do, I guess, first is we're gonna come up with a name. So if you look at your moves in your sheet, I'm gonna have one of y'all pick
One of the two of us.
one of the two of you. We're gonna name a sector. Let me get a map out so you guys can see a map.
We're gonna have to have a sector in the forge.
Yep, we're gonna create a sector. So right now it's gonna be called sector because we don't have a name yet. Let me get a image. Do, 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 do.
Is there a maps tab up here, Stephen?
That's what I was looking for. I didn't find one.
No. You'll see. I gotta share it myself. I'm the one that has to share
It's
it.
got way too much power. I'm just telling you. Yeah.
Let me look at this. Is this one? Nope, that's not it. Oops, let me. Oh, fuck. Configure. It's gonna be hex. Grid is hex. Hex on. Save changes. Where's the image? Okay. Assets. Galaxy. Just trying to see where I had these things here. Okay. Gotcha. It's picking up a background. I can totally just delete this. Almost done. Sorry. There's the eraser. There we go. All right. Delete. Scenes. Delete this. Configure this. Sector. Save changes. There we go. All right. So now for you guys to see this, configure preload scene. Share permissions. You guys can't see the. So you guys don't see a space or anything. You guys have black screen. You said right?
Right.
I believe so.
Preloads.
Oh,
Now it says loading sector. But nothing loaded.
Let me see here. Permissions. Sector. All players. Save changes. How about now?
so the truth workbook is pretty much done, then. Eh?
All
Or
right,
no,
let
we'll
me
keep
try
it
it.
open. I guess.
How about now? Y'all see a background image of any guy?
No.
Yeah.
Go to.
It said loading 100%. So
Okay, let me see. Y'all see this.
Oh wait, if I zoom out, oh, you can zoom out, and there's like
Did you zoom
just
out? Is
a
there...
black border.
No, okay, hold on.
how did you zoom out?
Wheel. Your wheel on your mouse.
Sheet. Figure. Sheet.
I have Google Chrome spread across 3 of my monitors, and I have the middle section where I zoomed all the way out so I can actually see something.
Full to see. Okay, maybe it's this one. Full scene. Full scene. See it?
Nope.
Let's see. Toggle GM Vision. It says you guys are. I'm sharing it with you. All players save changes. Let's see.
Oh, wait. What's this? Sector. Oh, I have a
You know
next to
what?
my
I think
anvil in my top
I
left.
think it's I'm gonna have to bring a token into the okay, just like Fantasy Grounds. I'm gonna bring a token into the map. I may have to do that. All right, let me see if this works.
Oh, Nassar Frost. Nassar Frost.
Yeah. Do you see? You guys are in a space. There's nothing else. It's just like a galaxy map.
I
Yes.
just see words on the screen. Nassar Frost.
Okay.
And I see Logan Archer.
Yeah, I put the tokens on the board. Let me see if I can change visibility, appearance, vision, as vision, update token,
Nassar Frost. There's an eye.
visibility token, has visibility, vision, has vision.
Oh, look. Actually, if it's the Fog of War is on, that's what it is.
Oh, well,
Because I dragged Nassar Frost across the screen and it revealed.
hold on. There's no fog of war. Let me see if I can change that.
No, I'm just saying, like right here
Yeah.
on my
Let
screen.
me change the lighting. Unrestricted vision.
Steven, try grabbing that
I
Nassar.
found it. There we go.
There it is. Look at that.
I figured
Now
it
I
out.
see a galaxy far, far away.
I figured it out. Sorry, guys. I had to. There was a vision restriction. Now let me
Steven's
ask.
got too much power. He doesn't know how to control
So
it.
if I delete your tokens, I'm gonna delete the tokens just to see if you lose vision.
No, I still have the background up. I don't have the tokens.
Okay, cool. We don't need tokens. Currently. All right. This is where we're gonna build the sector. Okay. So, on your sheet, there's a thing called oracles in the moves section tab. You can close the character part for now. Well, actually, no, don't do that. It might close the moves too. But
Okay, I got moves.
okay. So if you look in their
I got moves
oracles,
like Jagger.
oracles is a set of tables. The oracles. One of them is I believe
Characters.
space.
Yeah, I see space.
And one of the
Site, sector name.
Sector name. So who wants to roll sector name?
There's a prefix and a suffix.
Yep. Give me a prefix and a suffix.
I clicked on the prefix.
Yep. So that's called Cygnus. So what's the suffix? Circlet. Okay. So the sector name is apparently. I'm changing the name now. Let's see. Cygnus Circlet.
DC.
And I'm sorry, before technically, well, yeah, I think the name's first. So in the rule book, we're gonna go to past page 80. We're gonna go to, because it says we're gonna skip since we're not creating characters. We're gonna go to page 114 to build the sector.
I'm there. 114.
You good,
Steven?
Yes, I am.
Cool.
Choose your starting region.
Except I didn't find the moves tab.
Okay, your character. Close and open up
on your character sheet. There's at the very top right. There's one that says moves.
Yeah, there's a, not your character sheet. There's another, and then moves, and then next to that says oracles.
Well, no, on the moves tab, there's one that says moves and oracles.
Correct. On the moves tab, there's one that says oracles, and then we went down to where it says space, and then he clicked on sector name, prefix, suffix. So we're gonna build a sector. So just so y'all know, the sector is a settled or explored area space. In the fiction of our setting, the sectors are named and provide the people of the Forge a common means of identifying a location, and mapping out the domains of power or faction. Okay, so our first, we rolled just now. Cygnus Circlet is the name of our starting sector.
And the nickname of it is C squared.
C squared? Hold on. I'm going to put that in.
Well, CC.
CC?
So there's two C's, so it's C squared.
Okay.
And people that know us from C squared always call us squares.
Well, that doesn't necessarily.
We take offense to it because we're a circle, not a square. I don't know, just.
So the exercise, we're going to walk through the process of creating a basic sector for the start of our campaign. And if we're playing with others, which we are, one of us can read and summarize each step, which I will be doing. Everyone should participate in making the decisions, rolling on oracle tables, and embellishing narrative hooks. All right, Steven?
Even?
All right.
Everyone, was that bolded? I don't know.
I'm making it bold. Maybe what we need to do is let Steven read this section, walk away for a little bit, let him create this section, and then come back and see what he came up with.
I'm feeling called out.
Fermion can chime in anytime he wants to, but he's sipping wine.
No. He's having wife time, so
yeah.
He can't hang with the boys. He's got to hang with the wife.
Notice he's muted. He's got the music going in the back.
Yeah. And him sitting on the couch next to his wife, she has him muted. So.
Okay. All right. Creating a story set.
See, he's not even listening to us. He would take offense to that.
Yeah, no. He's not. Well, he's muted, so
he's whipped.
He might be. Okay, so the one thing I think, so there's 3 regions of space in the Forge. Okay, so there's 4 basic kind of like areas. There
should be 5.
Okay, well, we might create a 5th.
I'm just saying, because if we have 5 Exodus ships, then.
Well, no. I mean, sectors are just types of space. There are more than 5 sectors. We can run into 100.
Okay.
Sec is just different type. Think of them like biomes, but for the actual sector.
Okay, so then we would have so many sectors would be part of this Exodus.
Not necessarily. We can explore because there's places like, and let me go over them, and you'll understand what I'm saying. So there's terminus sectors. The terminus or settlements are relatively common in these type of sectors, and the spaceborne routes between communities are usually well charted. Okay, so a terminus sector is kind of like a real established place. Probably one of the a terminus sectors where um these
Just think of
five.
it like
This
bus
is where
terminals.
the Iron Ring. There's 5 clans. Each of
Yeah.
them would probably be based in one of these terminus sectors because they're going to
Right.
be obviously
Yeah.
populated and stuff. Then there are the Outland sectors. These regions represent an area of recent expansion. Settlements here are scattered, and navigational paths are often uncharted and perilous.
Hmm.
Okay, so envision like a spacer wild frontier tier type of area. Then there is the Expanse sectors. The Expanse is only a few boats pioneers have delved these far flung reaches. If basically they're uncharted, lonely places, probably
Mm-hmm.
no settlements, or if there are, very few, or maybe like abandoned settlements. Then there's the
Yeah. Okay.
yeah. Then there's the Void. In the reaches beyond the Forge, isolated stars are separated by vast gulfs of nothing, and travel and settling here is impractical, if not impossible.
So the voids are like deserts, basically.
Yeah, yeah. And there's like nothing. It's uncharted. There's it's beyond the Forge, so it's beyond the galaxy per se, or the known galaxy of this new area that we're in.
So Terminus is basically like England. Outlands are like going into desert regions, sort of thing. The expanses are islands outside of the main region, and the void is the ocean, and there might be something on the other side of the ocean.
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah, yeah. Like basically, as far as settlements and stuff like that, yeah.
Well, if we're going to be bounty hunters or mercenaries, we probably want to be in the terminus.
So we want to start in the terminus sector, okay, in a very populated one. Okay,
We
cool.
probably are heading out, like you would be going collecting in the outlands.
Right. So we want to start inside a populated place, or do we want to start like in the outlands in like a mission already? Like we're
Maybe we come from a terminus section, obviously, but we're out in the outlands right now on a mission.
right, right. Okay, cool.
That could be, yeah.
Okay, that sounds cool. So we're like
And our ship is perilously floating close to an expanse. Just
okay. Well, I mean, again, they're like different regions of space. So
yeah.
all right. So we're gonna start in kind of like an outland section. Then is that good, or do we want to start in terminus, Steven? You tell me. You pick.
No, I like the idea of starting off on our first mission.
Yeah.
In the outlands. Okay.
And we can do some like, flashbacks to why we got sent there.
Okay, cool. Yep. Absolutely. Yeah, little flashbacks on all our characters. I like that. So,
yeah, this is where we came from. This is how we met up, and
yep. Mm-hmm. All right.
I don't know,
So now that we know we're going to start in the Outlands, we're going to determine how many settlements are in this sector of space. So and we don't have to necessarily always go with this formula, but a settlement is locations populated by other humans. Obviously, settlements can be planet-side habitats, orbital stations, deep space facilities, iron home ships, and we can call iron home ships another name for deep space facility. We make it whatever. They offer a place for you to recuperate after your adventures in the Forge have taken their toll. Most importantly, settlements are a nexus for role-playing and quest opportunities, obviously.
shoot out an idea. You guys can shoot it down right away. But what if we were to start in an expanse?
Like in a no, where there's like no settlement or barely or
yeah,
barely
like
anything?
we were out there.
You're already delving like in a like
well,
old,
we didn't want. We left from one of the outland planets.
Mm-hmm.
Some planets from the outlands, but it's right on the border of the expanse, sort of thing. And we went into the expanse to complete a quest, and we're trying to, maybe we left. We're now in the expanse, and we're stuck for some reason, like ship's not working, or I don't know. We can get into that later, I'm sure. But I'm just saying, maybe we start in the expanse and we make it back to the outlands, and then
hopefully.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just
no.
Start.
Yeah, so let's start in the deep end. Gotcha.
We're starting on the border of like, stupid difficulty up to
Yeah.
hard difficulty sort
Yeah,
of thing.
yeah. That's cool. That good with you, Steven? We start like in a perilous part of space already.
Sure.
Okay, cool. So there's about 2 settlements according to this in Expanse. Okay, so
Yeah.
we're gonna roll for 2 types of settlements.
There's rumors of
and plan.
two. There's rumors of 2
There's rumors.
outlanding.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's rumors of 2. We might only like put 1 in, and we'll see if we even find a second one. Okay, so
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, so we're gonna start our sector with at least 1 known settlement, whether we are actually in there or we just came from there and we're somewhere in space doing something. We'll figure that out. So okay, so generating the settlement details. All right, so Steven,
It's all you, man. I trust you.
so if you look at page 117, that's what I'm on right now. We're going to generate the settlement details. We know it's an expanse. Okay, so you're going to roll on the relevant. So if you go to settlements right above space, do you see that?
I just closed it. Let me open it again.
Okay. And oracles under settlements.
Should jump you to page 322. All right.
No.
No, I see.
We're going to use the moves, the oracles. I mean, you can jump to 322 to look
I
at
know.
them, but
you do it.
But all those tables are inside the sheet too. But that's the actual page in the book where the tables are. So it's up to you.
Okay. So I'm at settlements.
Okay, so we're gonna roll. It says roll on a settlement name. So go down to name.
Lots of names.
All the names.
Okay, wow, you rolled.
Looked like the first roll was an 88.
Okay, so the settlement name is called Starfall. Or do you want Glimmer or Apex?
I like Starfall.
Or a combination. It could be 2, All right, cool.
Yeah.
So Starfall?
The glimmering starfall.
Starfall.
Okay, so let me start a location here. Start a new settlement. Hang on, as I'm moving stuff. All right, this token is blank right now, but that's okay. So Starfall. Let me.
I'll be right back. Steven's got this.
Yep, yes he does. All right, so I'm gonna help you out a bit. I'm going to. So I got a token on the board. And I am giving all of us permissions. You're gonna be owner for now of sites. So,
Okay.
if you go over to where the actors are or the characters, under locations, there's a tab now called New Settlement.
I only see the there we go. Okay.
Okay, so if you open that up, you'll see it says Region Outlands. Right now, you need to change that to Exodus, or I'm sorry, Expanse, since that's where we said we're going to start the settlements in the Expanse.
It says I lack permission.
I thought I just gave you permission. Hang on, let me make sure. I might need to make you an owner. All players are owners. Save changes. Okay, hold on. Let me specify you as a permission holder. There we go. You are owner. Boom. All right. Close it and open it up again and see if you can do something.
Still says I lack permission.
Fuck. Maybe because I have it open. No, it says you have permission. Oh wait, maybe the token too. Hold on. Sorry. Maybe I need to give you permission to the token. Come on. Is that what I need to do? Identity. Appearance. Resources. Light, vision, appearance. Identify. Token disposition. Okay. New settlement. All right. Okay, I guess I will. I will tell you what to roll, and because I have to figure out how you guys can interact with this. You should have permission. At least I gave everybody permission according to this. So everybody, and you specifically are the owner of this, but sheet. All right. So the first thing, I'm going to change it to expanse. And then under your moves oracle thing, you're gonna roll on location details. Let me see how this works. I'm gonna roll. I think this is gonna roll. Is this gonna roll? Yeah, it shouldn't roll. Hold on. Yeah, see, it's doing that. Okay. Yeah. Actually, that's the way I want you to roll. All right, cool. So go ahead. Under the oracles, let's start with location. Go ahead and roll location under settlements. So this is an orbital station. So let me put that down as orbital. Orbital. Okay. So we have an orbital station. And the next step is for you to roll population. Let's see how many people are in here. There's hundreds of people out here in the. Oh, wow. Cool. Okay. So population is hundreds.
Hundreds of people in the one settlement?
Yeah. Hold on.
It's a big station.
I'm having to. And you're sure you can't roll on the. I'm having to change this because I'm having to populate the sheet myself. I wanted him to do it.
That's not good.
I'm having to do it. I'm having him roll, but I'm having to type it. I was hoping he could just do it.
Good plan, Steven, just so you can't do it.
No, it's all right. Go ahead and roll. I'm deleting my roll.
I just had a reason why there's so many people on this station.
All right. So authority. Let's see what type of authority is on here. Go ahead and roll.
Respect my authority.
Corrupt. Okay. Oh, I rolled.
Go figure.
Oh, you rolled and it's on my sheet. That's good. So now your rolls are coming on the sheet like it's supposed to.
Yeah, it wouldn't let me change the region, but it'll let me roll for whatever reason.
All right, good. Cool. Oh, I need to change the name because you've already said it was Starfall. Let me change it. Starfall.
Where is this being populated?
Go to under the actors, locations, and you'll see Starfall there.
Oh, okay, I see it.
And go ahead and roll on settlement projects. Roll 2 times on this one. Warfare?
9.
Okay.
95.
What else? Terraforming. Okay. So this settlement has something to do with warfare and terraforming out here in the expanse, in this orbital station.
Oh, so many ideas pop in my head.
Yeah.
And the authority, the people that have control of this station are corrupt.
So I'm thinking that their original mission was terraforming, but because they're corrupt, they're actually working on warfare.
Okay, cool. Type all that in there. Everything you're thinking about. So go ahead and hit the like. There's an edit button down by the to the right. You'll see like a pencil, a little button. Click on that, and that'll let you type down there. See what I'm talking about?
I think maybe, yeah, if they were maybe they were terraforming. Yeah, like you said, they're terraforming.
And if you don't see it, you need to click on there. But you should be. It looks like you're able to type on there. I'm gonna close just to see.
Now is the Iron Ring up to something in this sector? Are these being controlled by the Iron Ring?
Well, these are outside the. This is like an expanse.
Outside the Authority?
I would say the expanse is outside of that. You know, the settled space.
Yeah, I
Okay,
know, but is
did
the
it,
Iron Ring... Okay, go ahead. Yeah, I see that.
Did it save it?
Yes, I see.
But because
yes.
the Authority is
Yes.
corrupt, they're interested in warfare.
Yep.
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 I sees it.
I sees it. Cool. All right. So, all right. So that's a little starter there, and we're definitely gonna fill this as we play. We're gonna be filling out the more information on the Starfall settlement. All right. We're gonna generate. If any settlements are located on a planet or an orbit around a planet, you can identify the name of the planet to help flesh out the nature. So is this orbital? It's terraforming, so it's technically next to a planet, right?
Right.
All right. So let's come up with a planet. So let me put one in here. Hold on. I'll put a token of a planet.
Why does he have to be next to a planet to be terraformed?
What are you going to terraform if it's not a planet?
Oh, I thought the station was a planet.
No, it's a terraforming platform.
Oh, I see. I understand.
It's a platform.
terraforming platform
Yeah,
that is going to terraform something.
Yeah.
The planet below it.
Okay, that makes sense.
And I'm thinking there's military presence there, basically to
Right. They're going to be terraforming it as a base of military operations.
And maybe we were sent here because
Okay, so now they're under locations, under the actors. There's a new planet. So you should be able to open that up. And I also gave everybody permissions to modify it. So we're in the expanse. It's a new planet in the expanse. So the first thing the rule book says to do is on the planet, learn the planet's basic type. So go ahead and roll on type of planet. It's a rocky world. That makes sense. Let's give it a name. Go ahead and roll. You can roll or name it. Themis, okay? So the planet is Themis. Okay. Cool. Cool. We're gonna say that Themis is right now. I'm gonna move it since it's like they're terraforming and orbiting it. I'm gonna say it's like right there. Okay, cool. Cool. And we're not starting on the planet, right? We're like either in a spaceship, so I'm not gonna roll. We don't want to roll on anything else until we need to discover
get there.
Until we get there. Okay, cool. So the orbital station, Starfall. And
So do you think the Iron Ring sent us out here to maybe get reconnaissance on a group that is trying to... Because I'm thinking like people from Exodus, they went and they're living... Some of them are living in the ring. They're living in space, in ships like they've always done, sort of thing, for generations. But there's another group of people that are basically going around and trying to build up forces on planets. And there's not a lot of planets around here that are habitable. So now they're terraforming planets and trying to set up a new base.
Yeah. I mean, it's an expanse area, so they're trying to expand to it. That makes sense. That makes sense.
They're setting up like colonies or places that they can colonize, and they're doing this out inside the what do you call this sector again? The
You call
expanse. They're doing it in the expanse, like on the borders of the outlands and the expanse,
Yeah.
so that the ring won't know about it.
Okay. A faction that's already trying to separate. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. We're at the hopefully we're gonna eventually name the faction.
This maybe not be their first, but this is like one of their new projects that they're working on. And maybe they're testing out their technology because
Do we want to come up with a star in this area of the expanse? Because we have a planet. Or do we care?
So
Well,
we have
and it's called Starfall, so I think it should have a star.
Okay.
Mhm.
Let me put a star. And we can roll on that star. All right. So let me change the permissions on this to everyone, all players. Save changes. All right. So somebody open up the new star and just give it a name, I guess. Yeah, we just need. Well, we need a type of star, and I guess you can name it too.
You got this, Steven, or
Yeah, I'm looking at the list now.
You don't know.
Let's see.
artificial star? That sounds fun.
Yeah, I was just looking at that.
You want to make it an artificial star?
Yeah, they're completely terraforming. First they did an artificial star, and now they're doing the planets.
They're
Okay.
trying to do it. They're trying to do an artificial star because they're trying to make the star cloakable, so they can't find the solar system. I don't know.
Okay.
Artificial.
Yeah. Go ahead and pick that then. Just select it off the drop down, and then the name you can use another table to name it. You can come up and name yourself.
Twinkle. I don't know.
Twinkle. Very well.
No, we can call it. We can call it the chameleon star.
Chameleon.
Yeah.
Spell. Go ahead and spell. I don't know how to spell that. Go ahead and name it. I am going to get us a artificial star. I'll get the token picture. Let's see.
Well, how do you say chameleon in Spanish?
Camaleon.
Huh?
Camaleon.
No cool name. Okay.
No, sorry.
No, I just say sometimes they come up with a cool name.
Yeah.
You're like, hey, go with it. Pull out different languages. We're all playing.
World.
So what's the name of the star? I missed it.
Chameleon.
Million?
Chameleon.
Chameleon.
Taxidermy. You know,
Yeah, it's an
chameleon?
It's an
Okay.
artificial star that they're trying to cloak.
Basically, you
An
get all the
artificial
effects.
star.
Yeah, you get all the benefits of a star giving off light, but it gives off black light, so it can't be seen.
Blacklight.
I don't know. I'm just shitting out ideas.
Hold on, I'm gonna have to load this one. Hold on, give me a second. I thought I've loaded these.
It's just like you have to have light to have photosynthesis, but they've figured out a way to use black light rather than. But they're basically trying to make this thing work, but they basically have found alien technology on another planet, and they're trying to understand it, and they're testing it out.
Young star, unstable star. Blue. Let me find.
I don't know. This is just throw out ideas, fantasy night. So
Yeah, that's no. We're playing. Prepping is playing. What we're doing is playing. We are playing. Let's see.
but how much will our characters know?
We will find out. As soon as we're done with this exercise, we'll be building character. Um,
But then you can't metagame.
oh,
Man, yeah, you should know. You guys should know what's going on. Maybe you have an expert, astronomer that knows about the star and shit.
Oh, we do have our magic user already picked out, right, Steve?
Perhaps.
Is that what you're wanting to go for? Magic user? I don't know. I'm
I'm
just
kind. I'm
bugging
kind
you.
of leaning that way, seeing what the options are.
We already got a bounty hunter. He picked it out before we even started tonight, so. You gotta have your cleric, so you gotta have a decker. So. Or a rigger. Sorry. But technology is really, really important here, so you maybe multi-class into a decker rigger.
there we go. There's our artificial star.
Cool.
What, the red dwarf?
No, if you zoom in, it has like a little robotic texture to it. Metallic.
Oh, it's a Dyson sphere. Okay.
Dyson sphere? What, are you getting the vacuums?
The what? Son of a bitch.
Send me your Gmail, Fermion. I'm gonna give you access
Oh.
to the rules and stuff in case you do want to join us. You'll have you'll be able.
I don't know. I'm always afraid of this whole sci-fi stuff.
Oh,
Let me send you.
This is Vikings in space. Think of it like Vikings in space. That's what we.
Do you ever think of a Shadowrun?
I know what Shadowrun is. I think I played it like once.
This is Shadowrun right now, in my mind, anyways. So, but Shadowrun in space.
Yeah, I will send you the link. If you want to log on, the server is open 24 hours, so you can literally come in and look at it whenever you want.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll have an actor sheet assigned to you. So if you want to create a character or whatever, you can. You can say we meet up with you, or you can be the hunter hunting us or something. Okay, where are we? Did I close the damn PDF? I sure did.
We're in a galaxy far, far away.
All right. So,
but there's a planet in this solar system where they play D&D all the time.
Yeah. All right. So we got. Okay. So we got. All right. Okay. Okay. So the next thing we need to do is, since we got a star, we got a planet. We got maybe they shouldn't be this close. The star obviously can't be next to the planet, so we'll put the star, the artificial star, a little farther out.
What's the scale of each one of those little hexes? Is there a scale?
No, there isn't. This is kind of like a narrative game, so
okay.
we can say it could be days, weeks. It depends on what the narrative. It's just a visual representation. We can assume they're not close. Obviously, the star, our artificial star, is not next to the planet, but it's not. It's still in the same solar system, I guess.
And for me, when I say I love you to infinity and beyond, that's just same distance.
Okay, so
what? I didn't get that. I couldn't get that joke.
So there's so passages is what we need to create for the sector. We there's a potentially another settlement which we don't know about, probably not. But there's definitely a passage. And the passage, think of it like using a GPS and freeways to drive it to a distant city. As compared to traveling with only vague directions or unmarked roads. So the passage allows us to resolve the outcome of perilous journeys with a single roll of the dice using set a course move. There's a move called set a course. It makes it easier to manage our resources. It's basically a known path from point A to point B. If you're traveling uncharted paths through space, there's another move. We have to undertake an expedition because we're going through an area nobody's traveled. So,
I think maybe it's an idea is that there were two settlements, and that's why the population is so high on this place, is because the other one was abandoned.
okay, so you want to come up with then another settlement?
No, that because there was supposed to be two settlements in this region, right?
There could be up to, yeah.
In the Expanse?
Yes.
And I think the other one was destroyed.
Okay, we just don't know where it is. Okay, cool. What I do want to do is
we don't even know it was destroyed, but I'm just saying.
Right. But there's going to be a path that we know how to get to Starfall, basically, out of the sector. So I'm just going to draw one. That's literally the way in and out of the sector that we know about. So I'm just going to draw this. Boom.
Basically, it's a marked out pathway across the landmine field.
Right.
If we step out the landmine field, off the path.
You mean a space mine?
No, it's just think of it like our ships have like E drives. Oh crap! Whoops, I did not. That was a little too much.
Why not a warp gate? That seems to be the solution to most sci-fi things.
A wormhole,
right?
You mean?
Like a jump point.
No, we don't. Well, the technology here is kind of retro. Like we use we obviously like even when we came up with the history, we just select
like advanced steampunk.
All right, how about this then? Slingshotting, like using a gravitational slingshot through a bunch of large moons out of the system. That could work too.
Yeah, but when we go into the spaceships, you'll see what the technology is a little retro when it comes to that. Like our spaceships have FTL drives, but like
faster than light drives.
Yeah, but
like that's retro.
Well, for this, where it's not like think of like Alien
because it's run on beer and moonshine.
All right, that's the
that's great.
That blue line represents a known passage out of the sector. Since we don't know where the other abandoned settlement is, we haven't and we're gonna say I guess that passage is lost. We would have to try to discover it if we wanted to go there. Cool. All right, so we created that. So basically, we created our sector passage. Let's zoom in a little bit on the settlement now, Starfall. So Steven, let's open up Starfall settlement again.
Where is the Starfall settlement?
It's right there on the map, the green little square.
Okay, I'm missing it.
It's in the middle of the map. What do you mean? You looking at it?
I don't see it. I see New Star in the center of the map.
It's right in the middle. It's right below Themis.
Yeah, but
Starfall.
Do you see it, Steven?
I don't even see the red star anymore.
Well, I have the moves open. I
am. The map open. Okay, I'm actually like watching his stream, so
yeah,
it doesn't count.
Let me preload.
But if I show you my screen,
do you see it now? Because you saw the map earlier, and now you don't see the map at all.
Yep. No, I'm telling you right now. I'm just gonna share this screen if I can.
I have not changed the permissions of the sector or anything. And you have permissions. Let me change the visibility of the token. Well, I can't even do anything for some reason now. I can't. Oh, I know why.
I see the purplish blue line going up around the screen.
And you don't see the
And-
galaxy map anymore. It just disappeared off your
I
screen.
see the galaxy. You can see my map.
Oh, yeah, I'm not looking.
And I'm showing game paused.
Well, it's always been there.
Well, that's just a space bar.
Like there was a red star like here somewhere, but it's gone now. And I remember seeing the green thing somewhere over here.
No, that's my screen. Your screen. Wow, you got like 50,000. Okay, so yeah, you don't see the tokens. Let me see why. I don't understand why you don't see it. If everybody
Oh.
has permission, I mean,
Just
it
trying to be.
light vision. Hold on. Appearance.
The red star was right here up until the point where I shared my screen and then gone. There, there's a new star.
That's weird. So, okay, you see it. Trying to see your feed. It's weird looking at your thing because it's just a bar. I see a screen in the middle. Hold on.
I can shrink it back down.
No. You're good. I can see it. Now I see that you see the star. I don't understand why you don't see everything else because
Now I don't see the star.
No, I just saw that it disappeared again, but I didn't touch it, so you should see it.
It's Steven.
And the planet just disappeared for me.
Hang on. Let me. I don't get why you guys don't see it. Light. Advanced options. Nope. Light. Basic configuration. Vision. I mean, if I click on this, does it appear? Nope. Oh, wait, I gotta hit update.
There, stars, new stars there, and the planet's there, Themis, and Starfall's there.
Okay. So
It actually got brighter, so whatever you did, it almost like...
Okay. All right, I think I'm figuring this token system out. I'm gonna have to go back and look at my notes. It's been a while. I usually play by myself, and I have visibility myself. I have to remember you guys are players.
Well, you have friends here now?
Yeah,
Jeez,
I
like...
have to remember.
But you keep keeping these way back, you're gonna lose friends. I'm just trying to say.
All right, but you guys see it, so that's good. You guys see it now. All right, because I'm looking. You see it now, Steven, too, right?
Yes.
All right, good. I figured out how that works. Okay, so back to Starfall. So you click on
Click on Starfall.
Yeah, so on Starfall, I want you. Let's get some more details. Go ahead and click on First Look and roll a couple times.
Oh, I thought we were gonna do that after we hit the place. Or the first look is what we're
Oh,
gonna see
okay.
out the window.
Yeah. First look. Do you want to say we've been there, or we're getting to that? How do we?
I think we're getting to.
Okay. Let's not do that then. All right. So what we're gonna do then is we're gonna jump straight to build the characters.
It's
then.
like somewhere out here.
Yeah.
We're just rolling up on it on a ship or something.
Yeah. All right. So let's go back. Let's go to character. Let's go back up to character creation, since we're not gonna flesh out any more of the sector till we explore it ourselves. Okay.
Oh, we want it to be new and interesting to us.
Yeah. I agree. Okay. So no. I said I agree. I agree. I like that. All right. So we're going back to page blah 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 blah. 101. Create your character.
Wow. Who knew? They picked that on purpose. Starforge rulebook. We don't need the. Oh yeah, I guess we do for some. But
yeah, on the rule book. But open up your character sheets.
Okay. Name of pronouns, call sign.
Yeah. So you can name your character. You can either write your name, or
we can skip that step for now until we figure out what our character looks like.
You can do that too. All right. So
I don't know. That's
It's up to you. So you name your character. Um, let's ready your assets. Okay, so in the tab in your character sheet that says assets, and you might want to go to page 104 of the rule book. Assets are basically
Skills.
the skills, not necessarily just skills. There are several types of asset cards in the game. You got command vehicle, module, support vehicle, path, companion, and deed.
Oh, we get space pets? Cool.
Okay, well,
I'm kidding.
so the way it works is when you start a character, you choose two paths. Choose any two paths. Consider each choice. Be mindful of establishing truce. So, or you can roll for it. There's the table on page 105 if you want to just go ahead and kind of roll a background, and then it gives you recommendations for assets. Like example, if you roll a battlefield medic, they recommend the asset healer and the asset veteran.
Oh, I see.
Okay. Now,
Well, we've rolled everything else so far, so
so it's up to you. I mean, I've picked mine. I've actually created a character and I've picked mine, so it's up to you.
3.
3 is
Is
the
there 3?
battlefield medic.
There you go. No, 83.
Oh, 83. Oh, 83 is a spiritualist.
Oh,
And they recommend haunted and an empath.
Okay.
Oh God, not an empath. I knew a guy that used to work for me. He said he was an empath, and he told me he couldn't go to New York City because there's too many people, and he would be overwhelmed. This is bullshit.
This bullshit is not.
Don't do it, homie.
Okay, I'm gonna roll twice and pick the better of the two. How about that?
I'm trying to find the page where the assets are. Actually.
7.
7. That's I think
Battlefield.
medic.
No. Delegate. Oh no.
No. How about you pick your paths? Let me
I
see.
know,
I'm trying to figure out where the actual paths are in the rule book, because there is a list of them.
Well, when you're rolling, how do you know?
Occultist. There's a
When
table.
There's a table.
Oh, there's a table,
Yeah, there's a table. This book is full with tables.
and the table is not exhaustive. Like that is to say,
Well,
it doesn't have all the paths on it.
It does have
For
all
him
the
to choose?
it has all the paths, but
Just the name.
He's rolling on a table that gives him like a background, and then the background to give him two that he should pick for that type.
Oh,
of
I see.
An occultist.
I'm trying. What page was we on?
That's the one I was thinking of going.
What's
for.
a cultist?
Oh, okay.
Well, let's look at the assets. I'm trying to find the page. I'm trying to find.
So you're looking at the occultist?
I'm looking for the 115. 115 is the table you're looking at, right? No, it's what page are you on? I lost.
105.
105. 105 is that page. Let me find the page with all the assets. Sectors, begin your adventure, gameplay, session moves. That's all the moves. Oracles, moves and asset glossary. Asset glossary. Haunted is one of them. Let me find one of them, and I don't know where they all are. Assets. Starting assets. 104 to 110. Upgrading. Okay. I don't think the rule book is the reference book the one with all the. I think the reference material is the Reference guide, the one with the asset list. Let me see. Contents. Ventures, combat moves, creature settlements.
We picked 2 paths, you said? Yeah.
Because in the actual game the assets are cards. So it's not even
Yeah, no.
But you can pick them off the character sheet. You can look them up. You go to assets on the character sheet. You should be able to hit asset, and then it gives you the list.
Oh, I see it.
See what I'm
Yeah.
talking about, Steven?
I do.
I see what you're talking about, but it didn't pull up a list for me.
Yeah, it pulls up a separate tab.
Yeah, you
that
gotta
pops
click.
up
You
on your
gotta
screen.
you gotta click on the tab, hit assets, and then down at the bottom there's another button that says assets. Click on that one.
Well, it's not at the bottom. It's right at the top for me.
Okay, well if you where the
Yeah.
button that says assets. So the
Yeah,
tab
when I-
asset.
When I
Asset,
click
and then
on
there's
it doesn't show me a list.
it should show
No.
a list. It'll pop up a new list in a different window.
Yeah. There's a
And
different
it
window.
says Starforged assets, and it says locked in my case.
Yeah, because you can't change it. That's all.
Right.
Oh, there they are. It was hidden by character sheet.
Yeah.
There you
Well,
go.
they try to confuse you and frustrate you by hiding things on you. It's
So depending
like
on
a
what you
Where's
roll.
Waldo game.
So what did you roll, Steven?
I'm just shooting.
Or Steven, what were you going?
He was going for an occultist.
An occultist?
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Which was
Shade, I think.
Shade.
What's an occultist?
Yeah, I'm gonna look. I'm looking it up.
Shade and
Let's see here. 110. Or oops. Nope. It's up here. So an occultist is outcast and shade. So according to this, so it's 2 paths. Basically, you're picking 2. These backgrounds are path. It says pick 2 paths. So you
So if you scroll down
to
there's one that
path.
says path/shade.
Yep. And
Yeah.
so what the path shade, and you can actually grab both. Just click on them to read them, and I'll read them out loud for you. Path outcast. Paths are backgrounds, interests, training skills, powers, and key equipment. They provide a mechanical and a narrative advantage, but also reflect who you are and how to interact with the world. When you create your character in the next chapter, you select at least 2 paths to get started. Some paths represent your skills with a signature weapon style or a piece of equipment. If you see a requirement at the top of the asset card, such as if you wield a bladed weapon, the asset is only usable when taking action using that item. Okay? So outcast, the default ability you get is when you hearten in isolation, you may attempt to find solace in a fond memory of a hopeful wish. If you do, decide before rolling, re-roll any dice, but count a strong hit as a weak hit.
So that's an emo ability?
Yeah, basically, I mean, it's a narrative thing, but basically, you're an outcast. So when you're like by yourself, and you're when you feel alone, or there's something happening that's affecting just you, because of this ability, you can actually re-roll any dice that you wish. That's what that says. And that depends. That depends on the certain. And when you hearten, and let's see what hearten means. Hearten, when you socialize, share intimacy, or find a moment of peace. Roll plus heart. So there's a move called hearten.
I'm thinking of all of the anime characters when they're like by themselves with the light shining on them and their eyes obfuscated, right? The wind and shit.
So basically everything in
And they
this.
start talking real low.
So when we are playing and stuff, when you want to do an action or whatever, there are certain moves that fall under that. We figure out what move is appropriate. So the move is called hearten, and basically the move is when you socialize, share intimacy, or find a moment of peace. You roll plus heart, and what happens is on a strong hit, and we'll talk about hit and what this means in a second. On a strong hit, you find companionship or comfort with your spirit, and your spirit is strengthened. If you're shaken, clear the impact and take +1 spirit. Otherwise, take +2 spirit. If you make this move as your blah blah blah, there's some code there. Take +1 more. On a weak hit as above, but this indulgence is fleeting. Envision an interruption, complication, or inner conflict. Then there's a penalty. On a miss, you take no comfort, and the situation worsens. Okay, so that's hard. So that's the ability for Outcast. Now Shade. The Shade ability, the primary ability you start with is drawing an I can't even read that. Esoteric energies on. Drawing on esoteric energies, you can instantly cloak your form in the shadow veil of the void. When you are veiled and make a move to ambush, hide, or sneak, you may preset your action die to 5. In darkness, make it 6. On a miss, in addition to any other cost, you are relieved and can't veil yourself again till the current situation is resolved. Basically, you're like you're a chameleon. You can cloak yourself. Gives you a bonus on like stealth shit. If you have an ability to become a shadow or some shit.
Okay.
I vote for the emo ability. I want to see speeches. I want to hear speeches.
So basically, the occultist background is whatever you make of it, and these moves and abilities are narrative based. And you can read some as you upgrade your abilities. You get other stuff like with Shade. The second ability, you can pick either one. The second one is when you expand your veil to immerse your surroundings in darkness, roll plus shadow. On a strong hit, the darkness extends to all adjacent spaces. So you can literally set the area in a globe of darkness or something. The third one is when you intentionally drop your veil to reveal yourself for dramatic or surprising effect, foregoing its further use in this situation, take +2 momentum. So you can like surprise, you can like come out of the darkness, and momentum is kind of like advantage in a way. It's kind of like you have the advantage, the initiative, that kind of stuff. And momentum is another part of the mechanics, and we'll talk about that. Momentum, the higher your you can use momentum to mitigate a miss, and we'll talk about that how the rolls work. But basically, momentum is a mechanic that if you have like the highest it is a cap of 10, it's the highest momentum, and if you have a momentum of 10, you can literally, as long as you don't roll 10s, your miss can be a strong hit, because the numbers are from 1 to 10, the rolls. You'll see we roll 10 d10s is the mechanics is based on d10s. So and I'll talk about momentum. So that's what this does. You don't necessarily have to pick this, but that basically, think of these paths as just little perks to your narrative. Basically here it looks like you're kind of like a stealthy, I wouldn't say caster. Let me see, what are the other abilities of Outcast? When you sacrifice resources, your supply is reduced to 0. Roll plus wits. On a strong hit, you manage to scrape by and take +1 supply. So you're also crafty because you're used to being by yourself. You're able to find resources where there's none. And the other one is when you ally, sojourn, score a strong hit and match, you encounter someone who knows or understands you. If you make a connection with them, take an automatic strong hit and mark 2 ticks on the bond. So this ability, the third one on this one, lets you make bonds really easy, and bonds is another way to get XP.
Okay.
So just, I mean, and I'll talk about the mechanics of that. Maybe I should speak about the mechanics before it'll help you guys with actually your ability. Y'all understand what these abilities do more. So let me go into that, and then we'll go back to picking assets. Just keep looking at the assets, and I'll talk. I'm gonna go over to the basics of gameplay with your character. So I'm going to talk about the character sheet. So the character sheet includes a couple components. When you're looking at the character sheet, you got the momentum meter, which is on the left,
Mm-hmm.
and it goes from +10 to -6. You
Was
have
it kind of like your proficiency modifier, would you say?
yes and no. No.
Okay.
Yes and no. It's a way to change the outcome of a die roll, but it can also, if you have negatives, it can also cancel certain dice, and so that's the momentum meter, and we'll talk more depth about it in a second. You got your 5 basic stats. You got edge, and edge is basically quickness, agility, prowess when fighting at a distance. Heart, so edge is kind of like dex. Okay. Heart is courage, willpower, empathy, sociability, and loyalty. Basically charisma. Okay.
Okay.
Iron is the physical strength, endurance, aggressiveness.
Constitution.
Yeah. Iron can be basically strength or constitution and con.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You got shadow, which is sneakiness, deceptiveness, and cunning. So, and then you got wits, which is expertise, knowledge, and observation. So kind of like intelligence and wisdom roll into one. So you got shadow for kind of like your sneakiness, wits for...
So a rogue would be basically an edge shadow build.
Yeah, I mean, if you were playing that way.
No, I'm just saying, I'm just trying to think it through.
But yes, correct. Then you have on the right side, we have, so those are the 5 stats. Then we have the condition meters, and there's 3 condition meters. You got health up to 5, so you guys basically have 5 hit points. That's it. Spirit, also +5, and supply. Okay.
So you could be a level 10 character and still only have 5 hit points?
Yep.
Cool.
Yep, maximum is 5 hit points. You don't get more hit points. You don't level up and get +6 hit points. 5 is the cap.
Okay, no. Cool.
And we're going to talk about, there are ways that basically health, spirit, and supply, it represents your overall readiness. Okay. Down at the bottom, if you look at the bottom of there's misfortune, lasting effects, burdens, and then the vehicle. These are basically impacts. As you face harrowing challenges, some impacts are temporary and easily mended, and others are permanent. You could get wounded, shaken, unprepared. You can be permanently harmed, traumatized, and those impact in some way either health, spirit, or supply, where your max will drop from like +5. If you're permanently harmed, you might drop from 5 to 4 hit point max. Okay. And all right, so we're gonna so moves. We're gonna talk about making moves. Moves are the self-contained system to resolve an action, scene, question. The moves we cover most uncertain or risky situations we encounter. Moves are centered on the player and the protagonist. Other characters do not make moves. So monsters, NPCs, nobody rolls but us, the characters, okay? The move is a trigger. Triggers are phrased as when you blank, when you do that thing, encounter that situation, we make the move. Okay. All the moves have names. So if you opened up the tab that says moves, we have a bunch of moves. Okay. There's moves for session. There's moves for an adventure. There's moves for quests. Moves for connections, moves for exploration, combat, suffer moves, recover moves, threshold, legacy, fate, scene challenges. So everything has some kind of move when we're trying to do something or something's happening. When you swear an iron vow to complete a quest, vows are basically how we get XP, how we drive the story with quests.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And let me go back. I think I passed where the die, how you roll dice. Is that before this part? Let me see. Okay, no. If you have any questions, stop me, please.
Yeah, no, I'm just digging through this stuff.
A few moves, measure, okay. And we're gonna talk about even leveling up, or when you get it, when we make a progress, even to end a quest, we actually have to roll to see if we actually complete the quest or something else happens, that kind of stuff.
Do you get more paths later on in the game, or you only stick with 2?
No. As you gain experience, you can gain more assets, which are more paths, not necessarily paths, because you can also basically the assets that includes paths are how you level up in this game, or how you get more abilities and stuff. Obviously, I would suggest we try to stick to kind of like narrative or something that would make sense. But but there are ship upgrades, all that stuff, and the way it works is as we complete quests, depending on the level of the vow, you get 2 or 3. I think it's 1 or 2 XP, up to 3. Also, there this in the sheet before assets on the sheet, the main tabs, there's the thing called legacies.
Okay.
You guys see that? There's 3 types of legacies. You got quests, you got bonds, and you got discoveries. As we fill in and we get certain moves, will tell us to mark a tick on quest, mark a tick on bond, mark a tick on a discovery. When we succeed on a move, it will tell us. And when you fill in a box, one of those boxes, that's XP. Okay. So there's other ways other than quests to get XP. Bonds, forming bonds with communities or individuals, or discoveries. Making a new discovery also gives us XP. And then you get it costs 2 XP points to upgrade an asset. So if you, as you saw, each asset has like 3 abilities. You only start off with one basic one. Then you can spend 2 XP to get and add another one. Okay. To buy another asset, either a path, module, whatever, that's 3 XP. Okay. So that's how character upgrades work. But yes, you do upgrade and gain more assets and stuff. And, obviously, whether it's something that was what you think you earned. And some assets are bound, like you have to have a certain weapon or something happen to you. That you have to have something happen story-wise for you to even be able to grab the asset. Okay? And they'll say it at the top of the asset. Let's see what else. So moves. Moves are based on risky actions from the perspective of the character. You duck behind cover in a gunfight, fly your spaceship through a dense asteroid field, give medical care to an ally. These moves use dice to determine the outcome. This is called the action roll. And we're going to go over the action roll. A few moves measure your headway against an extended challenge, such as an expedition or a fight. We use using a progress track, which we're going to talk about. Right after the tab of assets in the character sheet, there's a thing called progress, and that's where we're going to write our vows and other things like there's different types of progress. There's connections, etc. But vows and stuff are some of our. I gotta delete these. Okay. And they're these. So we're going to be making progress moves, and the way we determine progress rooms is different than how you roll action rolls. Other moves include oracle rolls, when we roll on the table of oracles to figure stuff out. Moves are referenced based on structure. I guess the game itself is created by the move is based on the Apocalypse World role-playing game.
Okay.
If you're familiar with it, if you're not, that's the system they kind of use, although it's definitely tuned differently from the actual rules from what I know. And the way it works is down on page 32. The action roll is most common test you make as your character. When you make a move triggered by a risky or uncertain action, roll these 3 dice at once. You roll a 6-sided dice and two 10-sided dice. The 6-sided dice is called the action die, and the 2 10-sided dice are the challenge dice. If you look at any of the moves, let's say I roll face danger roll, right? So if you go to moves, go to face adventure, and click on face danger, it opens up a box and it says what that move does. And I'm gonna guide you through the moves. Until you guys are familiar with them. Eventually, you guys will say, "I think this is gonna be this type of roll," because after a while, it becomes okay. This is this type of roll. But face danger roll is basically when you attempt something risky or react to an imminent threat. And then when you roll, depending on how you're describing what you're doing, is what ability score we're going to use. If you're going to try to do something with speed, mobility, and agility, then you're going to roll plus edge. If you're trying to do whatever and you're going to resolve it with a command or sociability, then it's plus heart. If whatever you're doing involves strength and endurance, then we're going to roll iron. If with deception or stealth, shadow. With expertise or focus or observation, with wits. Okay? So the face danger roll can be used for different scenarios. It's not I'm attacking and that's it, or I'm facing a danger. It could be facing a danger. Could be we're about to cross a river, for example, and then you tell me, well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a rope and I'm going to tie it to a tree, and I'm going to carefully. You're not doing it fast. I'm gonna take my time to cross. Then we can figure out. Well, maybe that's either endurance, or wits. Because you're using rope and trying to be clever about crossing the river. And then depending on that, then you roll. And then each of the stats obviously give you plus whatever stat you have is the plus on your roll. Okay.
Well, I think all that little stuff will make sense as we get into it. So.
Okay. So basically, when we roll, and I'm going to roll on my character, for example, I'm going to roll edge, and I roll on the table. So I rolled a 1, okay, but my edge on my character sheet currently is plus 3. So I have the 1 for the 6-sided dice, which is the action dice, plus 3 equals 4, plus 0 because I don't have another modifier. Is 4. And then the challenge dice, the 10, one's a 9 and one's a 2. So the way it works is when you roll an action dice, if your action die score is higher than any of the challenge dice, the D10s, then you get a strong hit.
Oh, okay.
If you only beat the score of one of the challenge dice, like I did just now, I beat the 2, but not the 9, then it's a weak hit.
Okay.
And if my score does not beat either one, it cannot be equal to. If it's equal to, it's also considered fail. It has to be above.
Okay.
It has to be above.
Not meets it, beats it. It has to be above.
Right. And
Okay.
you don't and rolling the D10. No, you have to. The best way to do it is using any of the moves that's already coded in the sheet. Using one of the moves.
Okay, so we just drag a path onto our asset, then?
No. If you look at the moves.
No, I'm just looking at my path. I was gonna pick a path.
Oh yeah. You just grab it and drop it in the asset bar.
Okay.
Okay. So, do you have any questions about how you roll, how you determine the action compared to the challenge dice, Steven, or?
I think for me, I think once we start going through a bit of it, then it might make more sense. So
Basically,
Okay.
again, the D6 plus your stat plus any modifier, and the modifiers could be because of a move that gave you a bonus. There's reasons that you'll have modifiers.
Mm.
That equals the 6-sided dice plus that is your action dice. You have to be you're gonna roll 2d10s, and it has to be higher than either one of those numbers to beat the challenge dice. If you only beat one, then it's a partial success. Okay?
Yeah.
And the moves will actually tell you what the outcome is. And as we play, you'll see. So that's.
So we gotta do a backstory now for creating your backstory. Okay. And you can roll for this, I guess.
You can roll for it if you wish. Unless you have one in mind. That's fine.
Oh, 100.
But wait, we're not finished. The paths is only part of creating the assets. You get more assets than just the path.
Okay.
You pick. Let me go back to that section of the character build. Your character. Here we go. So you pick 2 paths.
Use 2 paths, yeah.
You also pick building character, 2 paths.
Steven's probably already in step 5 or something.
Let's see. Ask for other characters. It's in chapter 2. I'm sorry. Chapter 2 is where we build our character. Yeah, I'm in the wrong page.
You're way ahead of us.
Yeah.
Step 3, creating your backstory. I just wonder where you put it.
Yeah, create your backstory. Okay, yeah. Envision it. Okay, yeah. The other 2 assets are after that. So create your backstory.
Where do we put backstory in here?
Under
notes.
Yeah, notes would be one way to put it.
All right.
Are you there, Steven? You're quiet.
Yes, I am. I'm reading all the different backstories
I gotcha.
and
he's min-maxing. Leave him alone.
trying to figure out which one would match my 2 paths.
Hey Fermion, have you? Can you send me your email? I don't know if you're listening, but
I did. I texted to you, I think.
oh, you texted to me. Okay, my bad.
Yep.
Oh, you did. Hold on. Okay. Cool. Let me do this. I'm gonna whisper to you the link to the server. You may need to create a free Forge account. And the second one is the URL. First one's the invitation link, and then this is the session URL.
I'm calling the enemy that forced us out of our home galaxy the Necros. Unless someone has a better name.
Works for me.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so you're gonna when you do eventually get to that. By the way, the password to log in, you find your name. You'll see your name, and then the password to get into the session is Hellboy, without an S. Hellboy, okay, with a capital H. I typed it, and let me email you permissions.
All right, I'll set it up. And isn't Necro from the Necros from Riddick? Am I misremembering this?
That's what it sounds like to me.
I don't know. I was just
Are-
because of what the enemy does. That's what I was calling them, necromancers or
Aren't they
necros.
also from Warhammer, the
Yep.
robotic race?
Yep, that too.
Okay, then we can't call them that.
Yeah, we
No,
can.
Call 'em something
man, that's
different.
fine.
Yeah, we can call him whatever we want.
I
I
don't
know. I'm
think there
just
is
trying to think of
a
another name.
copyright on Necro though, so you're good to go.
How about um, what do you call those? Uh, what do you call a puppeteer? Like they have
What do you
marionettes.
call a puppeteer?
No, I'm just saying. Think if there's another name for a puppeteer, like
Mm.
brainstorming, shooting ideas out here.
Yep.
Um,
And you'll have access to a character sheet that you can claim and create your character and stuff. Okay. Owner. There we go. There we go. Oh, all right, cool. All right. And you can do this whenever, since the server's always on because it's hosted through Forge. So. And the PDFs and all that are in the game, so you can also. But I sent
So
you.
log in.
Yeah, whenever you log in, you have access to the rules in the game. Plus, I gave you the Google Drive access that has all the PDFs and stuff.
Okay.
So feel free to download them or whatever. I've already bought the material. I don't mind sharing it. I bought I was a Kickstarter backer. I should get my physical books next month, I think. and the cards and stuff. So. Of course, this is something we can do an offshoot when we don't have a session on Wednesday, or if we want to get really going, we can pick another night later too. But this is just an off thing. Plus, we can play also
different night of the week.
Kind of like different day of the week, or a play by post kind of a thing too. We could do it that way too. I will tell you guys, I picked as far as my assets, augmented, bounty hunter, and slayer.
You get to pick 3. Okay.
Yeah, well, as you guys go through after the vows and stuff, if you scroll down, the next one is board a starship. I've already created a starship for us, but we can rename it. Starships are basically the same at the beginning, so we'll share the starship. In fact, I'm going to right now. Fall of Icarus sound good to you as the name of the starship?
That sounds good.
It's something I rolled. So, let's see here. Let me share the sheet here with everybody. Configure permissions. Everybody's the owner. That's fine. All right. So under the PCs, there's a thing called Fall of Icarus, which is the command ship. And you can actually drag that asset onto your sheet if you wish. But I figured since it's the start of the starship we're all sharing, it's just a shared token, thing. And then as far as the history of the ship, what did I come up with here? Thought I wrote for it.
Do we own the ship, or are we borrowing it to go and deal with?
No, it's our ship. No borrow. I'm gonna say it's our ship. No, it's our asset, so we own the ship.
All right.
But what I did roll, I thought I wrote it down here. Let me see. I might have put it under my notes. Okay. So this is what I rolled, and we can go with something else if y'all don't like it. Our starship was purchased at a suspiciously cheap price. Like when we bought it, it was
purchased in air quotes. Okay.
Purchased. Sure.
Yeah, you know how you put it in quotes, like it was purchased.
Yeah, sure. Well, if we could say we purchased it as
it was
a five finger discount rates.
Tail light warranty.
I mean, we can go with that we stole the ship. So maybe in the future a bounty hunter might be looking for us. As it's called Fall of Icarus. Its patch hull covers a recent catastrophic breach. And someone marked the hull with graffiti during a recent layover with like a symbol of some kind that we don't know what the fuck it is.
A penis on the side of the ship.
No. I'm thinking a little bit. I don't know. It's a graffiti of something. It could be. I was leaning toward maybe we don't know it, but it's some kind of ancient symbol of some kind from some.
Yeah, the chosen
plan or whatever. The ones that what's
bye,
that?
Fermion.
Fermion, bye. You leaving? Did he say he's leaving?
He's gone. Just. Oh, he's back. Okay.
Oh, sorry. It could. I wanted to say it could be a alien penis. You don't know.
Okay, okay, yeah, we got a
It's just
picture of a dick. We got a picture of a dick on the side
I'm
of a
just
ship.
saying. Laura Bailey hit her ship. She tagged us.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Well, it's everywhere.
Let me put that.
About this.
Let me see if I can put that in the tokens. Right now, I have it in my character notes.
I got my vow done. Board your ship. Oh, so you're working on ship stuff. So that's step 5.
Yep.
Choosing your final asset.
Yeah. You get one more asset. Oh yeah, I did put it already in the notes section of the stall, Chris.
Okay, so step 6. No. This time you're limited to picking a path. You can choose from any of the asset categories: a module, support vehicle, companion, or a path. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, what I wrote was, unfortunately, our last mark chose to try to evade us through an asteroid field, and I thought it was a good idea to follow. The hole is still just patched from that decision.
Okay. I picked path. I picked the ace path and the navigator path.
Okay.
So that was your previous pilot that did the bad decision.
Yeah. And then
so you just hired me on to replace the last asshole that ruined your ship.
Sure. Sure. We also need to get the paint off the front of the ship. Some kid thought it would be cool to sully the hull. So I gotta put sully our hull. Put my our hull.
Now you're starting to sound like a woman. Mine.
Our hull.
So we get to pick from a module, a support vehicle, companion, and or a path. Oh, right now I don't really have any combat abilities outside of the ship.
Okay. But I mean, you're not proficient at it. Doesn't mean you don't know how to shoot or not. You just might not have any like formal training or anything. Unless you want to play a pacifist or something like that. It's up to you. That would be great. I don't shoot. You're a bounty hunter. No, I can't kill. I only detain.
I'm the transporter. I don't fight. I don't. I just drive the vehicle. I don't ask what's in the package. I just put the package in the vehicle. How heavy is it?
Wait a second. The transporter is a bad. He is a badass fucking combat motherfucker. What do you mean?
Yeah, but this is the space version. He's not.
This guy's not.
It's more like the Italian job. I think they had a driver.
I was thinking about playing a really old man who's a navigator.
Well,
hey, I ain't been on these stars a long time. You don't know it.
Well, my backstory, the Forge spawn is one of the. My backstory is I'm the sole survivor of a Forge spawn attack, which ended the destruction of my home outpost and the death of my wife and child. The family. I'm a kind of serious type. I feel really no joy because I still feel the loss of my family. But I'm good with guns and hunt to survive, whether it be human or forge spawn. I'm kind of like, I don't care. I'm a bounty hunter, but I also I hunt forge spawn. So I'm because I took the Slayer asset, so I'm good at hunting things that are not human necessarily. When you investigate or move to stalk inhuman foe, add +1 or take +1 momentum on hit. So I'm a monster hunter, and I'm a bounty hunter too. In the attack, I lost my arm, my left arm. So a rigger augmented me, so I have a prosthetic whole left arm. It's not the best, but it's not. It still looks like a arm, a mechanical arm, kind of like Terminator stuff, sort of. So that's my character.
Oh, that'd be fun. Going with your idea.
And then my character is like in his mid 40s. He kind of looks like me as far as tan skin, black hair peppered with gray. Standing, he's about 6 foot. Athletic. That's not me, but this guy's athletic. My right arm is like a tattoo. You just see like this like dragon coiling from my wrist going all the way up to my shoulder. My right arm, and then my left arm is just mechanical, and I wear kind of like a sleeve tactical. My suit's like tactical, and my vest just has a bunch of ammo clips and knives. I have a bunch of knives on my vest.
He hasn't thought about this character very much, eh? Just popped it off the top of his head.
That's my guy. That's the bounty hunter guy. All right. I gotta come up with a picture though. I need to come up with a good picture to represent. I'm thinking about going and logging on to EVE Online and making a character and then taking the image from that. That'll be my character. That's probably what I'm gonna do. Because you can make some good characters in EVE Online. It's free, by the way, if you want to use it. They do have a free version.
What, EVE Online?
Yeah, it's free to play now.
Yeah.
Is it free to play now?
It's been free to play for years now.
Oh, really?
The way they gate it is you can only learn certain skills. The good thing about free online is you can create a free account and level up all those free skills, because leveling is just, you have to, the bad thing is you got to kind of like do it every day. You have to log in, I think every other day.
Yeah, do dailies and shit.
Not dailies. You don't have to do anything. Experience is earned by time. It's a time-based system. It takes so much time to learn a skill. That's it. But you have to queue it up in your training queue. You just queue it up, hit unlearning, and then the countdown starts. That's so much time you're going to learn the skill. That's the way it works. I've played EVE Online for over a decade. I have some high skilled level characters because I just set it and forget it.
I don't think I got time for
Oh no, I don't
MMOs.
play MMO. EVE Online is an MMO you don't want to get into. Forget it. That is.
I played it before.
A
long time ago.
I played it for a while. I was stuck.
I don't know, 10 years ago.
I was part of a fucking null space, fucking big ass corporation that was part of a big alliance, and I literally had 7 characters that I played at the same time, and literally 3 of them were scouts with stealth skills in ships that could teleport fleets in, and I would scout fucking mining. Expeditions. I would sit for hours in space where on top of asteroid fields that were real popular, and I would be watching TV or something, but my monitors would have my spaceships cloaked above these, and as soon as I saw something, I would look to see. I would start gauging to see if what their value was, or if they were just sleeping. They were just doing AFK mining and shit, which is what a lot of people do. And then
Yeah.
if I thought it was worth blowing up, I would send a message to the fleet. Anybody online? I got this. This is how much it looks like it's on the field. And if they thought it was good, people would be like, yes. Especially if they're capital mining ships. The capital mining ships, you need about 50 or 60 people to take one down. so, so we would need to have a couple of cloak ships to bring in that many people. Warp them in and spend about an hour killing the player and his $1 billion ship. I was a mean person. There was a time I was a pirate too. I just sat in the gate waiting for some trucker to come by so I can blow him up and steal his shit.
I think the game that I played like crazy like that was World of Warcraft for a few years. There was nuts.
Oh yeah, no, I saw the this week fucking they relaunched fucking Arthas. I'm like, oh
Yeah.
I did that guy.
That's-
I killed them multiple times. I'm good. I'm good. I don't need to relive that time. I played a lot. I played arena and I was a tank, a healer, and I played fucking warrior arena during that time. And rated battlegrounds too. That's when rated battlegrounds came out. I did a lot of that shit.
Okay, I think I got what I'm gonna do.
What's your character like, Steven? What are you thinking? Are you rolling on tables? There's lots of tables.
Yeah, I'm looking at the various tables and the stats and.
Yeah, the stat. Yeah, there is a certain. When you set your stats, you basically are 3, 2, 2, 1, 1. You just have to figure out where you're gonna put the highest stat. Stuff.
Okay, I'm working on stats now, so
Yeah. So the arrangement is 3, 2, 2, 1, 1.
So you get 3 and 1.
You get
two 2s and 2 1s.
Right.
1 3, 2 2s, 1 1.
Right.
Okay. So how do you know what ability takes what bonuses?
Well, again, not abilities because there's a
Okay, well, I'm just saying.
It's narrative. So if your character, look at your assets. If the asset specifies that you're gonna roll a certain way, then I would make that your primary stat. Otherwise, again, the stat is based on how your character is gonna do certain actions. Not all actions. So what abilities you're gonna use? You're gonna be using all the abilities because everything has some kind of narrative. So the way I picked my stats is what I thought my character was just good at. Because he's a hunter, I made him okay. So he's probably good with stealth. So my highest stat is edge. My second one is iron because I'm assuming he's a badass with an augmented arm. And then I picked wits because he's knowledgeable in monsters. And then shadow. I'm sorry, edge. I put agility. He's fast. Is edge. Shadow. He's not too stealthy, and heart. He's not sociable at all. He's depressed about his family dying. So I gave him a 1 in heart and 1 in shadow. That's how I built it. I thought what was his personality, because it's not like okay, which one gives me the highest bonus to when I roll this. That's not the way this game works.
Okay. So edge is kind of. Is there? Click on it. Does it give you a no? To read what edge is again.
Edge. It's right there in the book.
Okay.
Set your stats. It says what edge is, what heart is, what iron is. In page 110. Step 7.
Okay, quickness. Okay, so how do I set the abilities now?
You gotta go on the character sheet. You gotta click on edit on the top.
Oh, okay.
And then that'll let
Okay,
you
and then you
edit
just do that.
Yeah.
Plus 3. Okay, I see. So 3.
And I want to say, I think, I mean, if you want to come up with a little bit more detailed backstory, because it's getting late, we can. Yeah, you have both of y'all have access. Well, Fermion too have
Yeah.
access to this server, so y'all can
3,
come
2,
in
2.
and read more about the rules and stuff. There are some good videos if you want to get an idea of how it's played.
Yeah.
That me, myself, and Die Guy has a good. It's like he plays Iron Sworn, which is like Starforge, with the rule as far as the rules, the whole move stuff. Uh, and he describes he plays it so you can see how it's played. You get an idea just by watching him play how it's played. And you'll see how when he does a move, like he'll do a move, because you're asking me, well, what stat affects what move? You can do a move, and in one instance you'll use edge because you're trying to be sneaky with that move. With another instance, you're using the same type of move, but because you're doing something strength based, you're going to use iron.
Okay.
Okay. I think I posted that video somewhere. Iron Sworn discussion. Yeah, an Iron Sworn discussion. I have a link to his videos.
Okay, so I have my stat set.
Cool. Yeah, I have my character, I think, set. You also, I don't know if you've already picked your equipment. Set your conditions. Step 8. Step 9 is envision your character. You know, you can flesh out what he looks like. And his, what he wears. Name your character. And then gear up. There is a basic spacer kit that they set. So your character at least has that stuff. Sealed environment suit, flashlight, headlamp, toolkit, med kit, personal communicator. And then you make note of any equipment or personal item that represents an important aspect of your character. Like my character, because he's a hunter and stuff, I gave him. I know he has a gun. He has let's see. He has a fire starter. I even gave him a bedroll, pittance, small hammer, 50-foot rope, fire starter, some cooking equipment. He's got a sniper rifle, a shotgun, and a 9mm.
I have a feeling Steven's still back on step 2.
Yep.
No, that's cool. You have time to build your character. We're not obviously not going to play today, but
Where are we putting the equipment?
I put it in the notes section. I put like the first
Okay.
part of my notes section. I put gear, and then I kind of like listed it all in the paragraph. And that's the thing about it. It's there's a spacer kit, but then if there's anything you know your character would have, go ahead and give it to him.
Okay.
Um,
2.
Equipment in this game and all that just serves as a narrative focus. Like we assume you have a gun and all that, but let's say in the narrative you lose that weapon, then obviously you lost that weapon, so you can't use it to like do another narrative scene. I'm gonna use my 9mm. No, you lost your 9mm back. Oh, that's right. I hit him with my fist. I haven't bought a gun yet. You know. And you'll see. But the video here, I put I will copy. I'm sure you may have seen this video already or this series. I would recommend seeing at least a couple of. Oh, that did not work. That's not the message. It's under. You guys have access in the channel Ironsworn discussion. It's in that channel.
So there's no race in this either. Basically, everybody's just humans.
Yeah, we can assume
Okay.
everybody's human, at least in this version. Later, I guess we could come up with a Warhammer 40k version. Once you guys get used to playing the system, we can make a 40k world. It's just playing the Emperor's playground.
Envision your character. Name your character. Gear setup.
Share link. Going ahead.
So there's no list of gear?
No, there's no list of gear. The gear is narrative.
The beams of the launch.
Okay.
So there is a basic kit that they say, but then anything else, a gun, give yourself some items that you based on what you think your character would have. Okay.
Personal items.
And to get an idea, watch a couple episodes. Watch the episode 1, if anything, of at least this. I just posted it in the chat.
Okay.
He's playing Ironsworn, but it's the same game, just Viking stuff instead of space stuff.
So where is your inventory? Is there no inventory sheet? Or is it just notes?
Just notes. There's no inventory sheet.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, inventory is all just a narrative medium, not
Okay.
not something you have to. We have to track it, but not. There's no like encumbrance, the thing rules and.
No, I just for keeping track of.
Yeah. No, keep track of stuff, anything in notes, and you can even start a new journal entry. You should have. I'll make sure you guys have access to journal entries to be able to create journals. Let me make sure that that's actually create journals. That permission thing. Let me see. Game setting. Configure settings. I guess in the notes sections for now. I will, if y'all feel y'all need to have a separate journal. Let me see. I can create a community journal. We'll discuss that. Oh, session 1. That's what we just had. Actually, this was more like session 0.
What's UTC time zone? UTC?
Universal time.
Oh, +2. Shit, what was that? That would be.
It depends on where you're at. So, if you want to know what time UTC time it is currently for us, it is 2:56 UTC, I believe.
2:56 p.m.
Yeah.
Yeah, UTC time is 2:56.
Okay.
No, Universal is Universal. It doesn't change. So it's always 2:50. If you're looking at UTC time, it would be 2:56. Our time is different than UTC time, but
Well, but it would be
our time compared to UTC.
UTC.
So
Yeah, it's
if
+5 or -5 or whatever.
I know, but
Yeah.
it goes PM AM, right?
Yeah, UTC's it's still
It does
clock.
go. Yeah, it's not right.
not
So
military time,
it's not military time UTC, right?
No,
So it's
not like
12. Yeah.
it's not 1300 hours or something.
So it's 2 p.m. 2 something p.m. Okay. Where would you be if you were UTC +2? So that's where's 4 a.m. Like England?
No, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. It's 3 o'clock in the morning, not PM.
Oh, it's 2 o'clock in the
12
morning.
a.m.
Okay.
Yeah, 2 o'clock. I'm
So
sorry, 3
2
o'clock.
a.m.
Yeah, 2:57 a.m. to be exact.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, it's 5 hours ahead of our current time.
Uh-huh.
And where it is Greenwich Mean Time.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm.
Universal Coordinated Time.
Trying to find another player on my game.
Okay, so I think my character is done except for a little bit of looks.
Cool. Yeah, let's come up with that. I've described my character. I need to get an image. That's what I need to do.
Well, if we're done and not going any further, I'm gonna head to bed because I got an early dad tomorrow.
Yeah.
All right, man.
All right,
No,
well,
we'll
thanks
head
for
out
stopping by. I hope everybody
Take
had
care.
some fun, and hopefully we.
Oh yeah, sounds exciting to play. So
I know next
Yes.
week, based on what I've been told, I guess we can meet up next week at this time, Wednesday, 8 o'clock next week, and we'll.
I'll be on the road, but I'll pop in just like today. I'm going to Macokota, Iowa, so
Cool. Okay.
middle of nowhere.
Mm.
But I'll pop in. Yeah, trying to get some more taxidermy.
don't let them sell you any chameleons.
Is there possibly taxidermied in Iowa?
Well, it's like a auction,
Well,
like a big
there's
auction.
there's this rare potato bug that. But it's about the size of a chihuahua.
Well, they got some good
And,
shit. Last time they taxidermy, they sold there was a polar bear there, a giant, like a full-bodied giraffe.
Wow.
That's some crazy shit. Yeah, the polar bear sold for some guy bought it for like I think 22 grand or 25 grand, something like that.
So was it just a black bear spray painted white?
Oh,
Nah, man, it was a legit polar bear. Shit.
oh boy.
Like the symbol of the NT, you know.
No, I have
Like,
Phyllis.
imagine-
She seen it. Just ran by the back window back there, and yeah.
Anyway, I'll see you on Sunday, homie. So we'll
yeah.
start.
Playing the quiet character and then playing a loudmouth.
Yeah, I know. And for the first hour, me, you, and Vep will play, and then we'll join the other guys later.
Yeah.
And I'll be here next Wednesday. I'll be on the road, and I'm moving time zone, so I'm not sure where I'm gonna be. Right, because Iowa is like I think 2 hours earlier.
It's
So-
not UTC time, so.
Yeah.
Talk to you guys. Bye.
All right,
Yeah,
dude. I'll
later.
talk to you later.
Yeah,
Bye-bye. See you.
I was Mountain Time, so yeah.
Yeah, it's Mountain Time, so I think it would be 6 o'clock, and that time I might still be on the road.
Alright.
Does that make sense? So, but I would join like this, and I'm curious to hear you guys play, see how it is.
Cool. I linked a video that you can watch if you want to see how to play. That video series is actually good. At least the first episode teaches you the basics. From in 30 minutes, you'll be like, oh, that's how you play it.
Okay.
All right, brother.
Cool.
All right, man.
Talk
Good
to you
night.
all later.
Good night, Stephen.
Good night,
Take
everyone.
care.
All right. Bye.
Bye.